Spykat's fucking back. In Spykat's situation, Spycat doesn't ask a motherfucking thing from nobody. I can't even like I don't even know where to begin on the fucking goddamn Spycat fucking goddamn show. But this explains it all. This explains it all. The animals are going crazy. They want Princies back in the fucking family. Princies ran away on Friday. The way the fucked up animal place works. Yeah. You go ahead, sweeties. You go ahead and eat that motherfucker. This is what they do. When they are in a different fucking mindset, when shit is off in their living condition, when Princies is gone and they've lived all together so long, they're going to be fucked up. And they're going to do shit like this. And they're going to go out in the backyard and they're going to come back. The dog's depressed. Princies doesn't know what to do to get Princies, or Sweeties doesn't know what to do to get Princies back because Sonny's all depressed. So they never usually do this unless, like, I can't explain how the mind of cats or animals, man. I can't. I have no fucking clue how to explain it. But I've had it my whole life. And she hasn't done this for a long time. And the person who did bring the right rats and mice was Princies. And sometimes she did it. But Sunny, she got like spayed. So that kind of made her stop being a regular dog, because that's what that really does, even though they tell you something else. And I had animal. I lived in the country, you know. I'm not like a city, San Francisco like person. Like, I lived in Redding, and I had animals act like animals, and I'm, you know, they kind of control you in the city. So my dog disappeared on Friday. You know, it got out. You go ahead, just finish it. Just finish the whole mouse. I thought I would start the video and show them that animals act out. And now you're going to be high as hell. Because when she does this and she's like, gets a rat, she usually eats it. And you know, they give you all kinds of shit if you're in the city. Oh my God, you have to come and get like 20 shots or it's going to die. Man, these animals have been getting rats my whole life. And the ones that go there and do all the bullshit, they're the ones that live longer. Good job, sweeties. But don't you be acting high as hell. Because they do that. They play with it and then they just start going nuts. Like for like all night. She's going to go nuts all night. And she has food. I'm going to give her another can of food. But that was strictly to get my attention. Because they're off. Sunny's off. The cat's off. The dog, I called it on Friday. They found another. Oh no, you're going to start acting weird. How did you like eating that? Because you're an animal. It won't hurt you. They say it's going to hurt you because, you know, they can make money and like trick me. Because people that make money and like live in the city and that are, you know, didn't live in the country, we know that like you're not going to get sick. You do this all the time. I know, that's nasty as fuck. Nasty as fuck. But that's what you had to do. I know. Sonny's depressed. You're doing this, which you haven't done. And you're spayed. And you're a cat. My favorite movie is Homeward Bound, because those motherfuckers get reunited back. And Spykat loves animals way more than people, man. Because they give you unconditional love. And they'll only leave their owner if they run away and they expect you to find them like a mom or a dad. And if you don't, someone else will use it to make money off you, just like a car. So like Saturday comes, I'm there as soon as they open. Let me put the thing on, sweeties. Hold on. Oh my God, this is my life. Okay. So this is my situation, guys. This is Spykat's situation. So like Friday, the dog's gone. I'm calling. Of course I'm calling. They see that another white dog is found a couple miles from here. So I'm on it. But they call me like right when it closes, of course, to get that other day, just like when they tow your car. It's like money every day they're there. So like Saturday comes. I go there with my dad. It's not the dog. They seriously like interrogate me. They called me. They have my number because I'm so worried about my dog. So they called me about the white dog. So they're like, how do you know we have a white dog? You know, they're trying to think that like I'm trying to what, lie? I mean, come on. It's messed up, man. This city is just so messed up. It's messed up. So that was Saturday. So they tell me this. This is exactly what they tell me. And by the way, this is going to prove that whole bullshit if you're in one of those cities where they say, oh man, all the diseases nowadays, and you live in the city. Oh man, if you don't get these shots every year, your cat's most likely going to die. Yeah, my ass, motherfucker. My ass. Had animals my whole life, man. The outside cats actually live longer than the indoor cats, but they tell you something different. Because if it's an indoor cat, they're going to scare tactic you. Then every year, you'll be feeding them money. Believe me. Believe me on that. So it's Sunday, and guess what? Sundays are closed. So I had to wait till Monday to even find out if it was there. So they tell me when I leave, because I'm like, how do I find my dog, man? I have to find my dog, man. It's not even about me. It's about Sunny. It's about Sweeties. It's like the mom just left the house, and like the house isn't going to be the same. We just dealt with another loss. We can't deal with Princies, the dominant one. Princies, the happy one. The one that's like in the middle of those two who don't get along at all. You know, like they don't know what to do at all. Because she doesn't like Sunny because Sunny's is big. I know you're going to start going nuts and trying to look for more ruts. I know. Everything's fucked up. But here's the thing. Here's the point that I'm getting to. Monday. They tell me on Saturday, we know you love your dog. As soon as any white dog comes in here, you are the first one that we are going to call. So they give me the website because they put the pictures of all the dogs. As soon as the dogs come into this place, they take a picture and they put it on their website. So you can't miss it. This is what they tell me. This is what they tell me, man. I'm telling you how it works in San Francisco, man. This is why when they say sanctuary city splitting up families, they don't give a fuck. Now I'm going to prove that right now, and it's going to be cold. Because if Spiekat doesn't have who I've been taking care of the last 13, 14 years because somebody else couldn't, then come on. So like, it's just messed up. So they didn't do that. And I checked the site and that dog wasn't on there. I had to find out, and they didn't even tell me that, and they all probably know it, but they didn't tell me that. But I had to somehow, luckily, come across a neighborhood thing computer site that's like Facebook. But you got to give all your information. You got to give them your phone number, your address, or you can't be part of it. And then maybe somebody's seen the dog, and maybe you can get it faster. You might know faster. But I don't know how to work computers. I only know Facebook and YouTube. Man, I'm like fucking Wet Movie 1 in this motherfucker, man. I ain't like these motherfuckers can go to college and shit, man. Like, I'm in that group, man, believe me. I was on that bus, man. I just thought I had a girl that looked past that shit. But then I guess when push came to shove, yeah, wasn't like that. Because you get a couple tests in your life, man, but I don't give a fuck about her. I'll give a fuck about these animals. And they all came from her. She chose her. The other dog came from her. Sunny came from her. Shimmy that died here came from her. Icy that died on Easter last year, buried in my backyard, that came. I mean, it goes on. And the dog that didn't piss, she took that, of course. The one that I watched, the last video I made, where I was walking her dog when she was in the Grand Canyon the last 4th of July and I was here alone, and then she came back, and then she left the following weekend when I was at work. Yeah. So this is a year anniversary. I have no idea. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. I just want my dog back. That's all I want. So luckily, somebody sends me a picture of my dog. But hey, you know what? The first picture that was on that site is my dog, but it's all cleaned up and nice and fluffy and white. And like, they make it look like a fucking dog they're gonna sell. And you know what else those motherfuckers do? They say it's 2 other breeds that are hell expensive, that only people like with money can really get those breeds. Because I fucking told them it's a Chihuahua mix, motherfuckers. I'm sorry, but I'm really, this is how the system works. And like, it has no empathy. It has no compassion. It's about money. And then, you know, you get the whole like separating families. It's like, I mean, really, you can't help me. I'm in lower income. I'm literally here. You don't have to go far. I'm right here. I've lived here my whole life. Actually, most of my family was in the war. My dad did his time in Vietnam when that was going on. My grandfather, I mean, come on. Like World War II. Like, I mean, this is one after another. I'm not some person that's just, oh man, like, he's American. That's just because he was born here. Nah, man. I visited my grandpa, and everything that came out of his mouth was chink or gook. Straight up. Like, that is what that did to him. Straight up. Like, don't tell me I don't know about what war does to people, man. You know, people like, I mean, I don't care about no politics or nothing, man. But what I do care about is my situation. And I'm like a mother frantic. I'm like a dad. I'm a dad and mother. Because mom dipped out and left, which she didn't want. With my motherfucking ass. Made sure she was cool. And she wouldn't have done it for somebody else because she knows I couldn't give up or abandon an animal, because that happened my whole childhood. So I don't do that. Not even to an animal, because I know how that shit feels. And these motherfuckers will do it to you. If they have the money, or they got a better guy or girl or a better cheat. They just know how to sabotage this shit. That's how the world works. I don't believe this shit like, we evolved. No. You fuck over someone, you have a couple tests in your life, you'll think about yourself and conveniently say all the right lines, and they're toxic and this, but you know, when it was convenient, you dealt with it, and like, now you got this and you will use them to get that, and then you bounce. If it was any way honest, you wouldn't have had to do it that way. That's why you don't look back. That's what thieves do. You don't, whatever. But this is about the animals. And I'm like a mother and dad. And I've lost my whole family like through this. Every holiday with her family. All the animals, most of the shit in this house is from her. She left all the shit she didn't want, started over. And how couldn't you start over? When they just are like, here, didn't earn it, but like, yeah. You know, whether it's loaned or not, it don't matter. You got the opportunity, boom. Straight up. I wouldn't have done that for nobody. Everybody knows that about me. Everyone knows that. If they know me, the first thing they said to me was, you would have been with that girl if she was paralyzed and you would have had to take care of her, changing her diapers. I would have done that. I don't think that way. I don't think that way. But the world thinks this way now. Like, as much as they want to say they care about families, believe me, they don't, man. They'll cheat and they'll choose money over you if something else was better. That's how the world works. Few people think that way. I do think that way. But I didn't give up, and I kept the animals. That was supposed to be a team effort, man. And I did that, even traumatized, all the shit, suicidal, fucking depressed, crying every fucking goddamn day. I spent 95% of this time by my fucking self. I didn't have a motherfucking nobody. A year. Her sister and brother came the first week, and that was it. I ain't had no motherfucking visit me. And people need to realize what my situation is. I don't give a fuck what PMAX says, what all these motherfuckers say, because they got somebody. They never got left alone. They can't touch on fucking what it's like for me. And I was institutionalized from 10 years old to 18. And then I met her at 19. And I was adopted at 4.5. And then 10 years old to 18, I went in the system. I didn't have no holidays in my life. All my holidays, all my family shit was with her. That was all the family pictures I had of holidays were with her. And then she dipped out on me when she got that money. That's my life story right there in a nutshell. That's straight up. You think you can be cool with that? Nah. Yeah, the people that adopted me have a house because they worked their ass off. And their parents got traumatized fighting in wars so they could have it. You know what I'm saying? So real talk, my dad's a mailman. He works 60 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? 60 hours a week. My mom didn't work till we were probably way older. They had to work as hard, if not harder, than a Mexican or anyone. Let me tell you something right now. They're white and they adopted 3 kids that they didn't even have. They just adopted them. So, I mean, what the fuck kind of privilege do you think I have, man? Yeah, I'm Italian and I don't know my dad. Yeah, the people that adopted me, yeah, Irish, English, and Italian. That's pretty much what I am. I just don't know who my dad is. My mom's 100% Italian white lady. So yeah, I'm considered privileged now. And the timing that this happened, where her families were getting evicted from San Francisco because all the gentrification and all that shit, how I was saying on the Spiekat show that I don't care if I have to sell everything. If it comes down to it, like I'll sell everything. You guys come here, we'll deal with it then. That's how family I am about the shit. But then this had to happen like that. And like, it's a year later, the same week, a year ago that she left me, this happens. Oh, by the way, like, oh my God. Someone in her family works for the same place that the dog. Oh my God, it's insane. And like, it's like, just help me. Like, I don't know how that system works. You worked in there like a year. Like, help me get my dog back. Like, if it's so busy, like, just what do I have to do? Like, it's like an impound place. If they have the dog more than a couple days, they're going to ream your ass. They ain't going to give you the dog on GP. They aren't going to give you the dog on empathy and compassion like they spit about splitting up families, but they wouldn't move one of those motherfuckers in for free. No way. They say that shit because those people aren't affecting the people that are mainly saying it. They go to a neighborhood that those people aren't anywhere near usually. And they have the money not to really associate with them. That's why it's so fucked up, man. I come from the bottom of the bottom, adopted by people who chose not to have kids and care about the kids that other people couldn't fucking take care of. And then they didn't have to take me back, but like, they did. And if that's privileged, now you see why I do what I do. And like, you think my situation didn't get broken up because like, I was a Christian and a lot of Christians like Trump and stuff, and like, they give a different argument and have a different mindset because their parents been here. They actually know what could happen if it gets taken over. Like, it could get taken over. I'm not in any way racist at all. But like, this stuff is going on in Sweden. It's going on in Europe. They're doing this right now because they're being nice to the people because they have less. And then those people come, and then when they outnumber you, you don't want to be in your own country and you're forced to leave or have to stay in your house scared. Women don't go out in Sweden in their own place because they were too nice to people. And those people take advantage. And then once they outnumber, if you reward not following the law, I mean, what kind of people are you really going to get? Like, honestly. Like, I don't believe this stuff because LA, has the most illegal immigrants. And the protests are messed up and they're immature and they cuss and they divide. And if there's a couple Trump white ladies, they will beat her to the ground. And it'll be on every news channel if one of theirs get even hit, even in self-defense. Sweeties, you just took the nastiest motherfucking shit I've ever seen. Oh my God. Wow. Can I finish this? Because the Spiekat is a reality show. And this is the year point pretty much, like 9 days from now. Whenever the 11th was. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Like, just wipe it on the bed, right? This is what I go through. This is what animals do when you mess up the whole vibe that they had going here. And even though she's a bitch to Princies, that's what they kind of want you to think because of attention. But like, this is what they do. Sunny won't come up here. Princies is the boss of Sunny. When I say, come on, girls, Princie has to come first and lead the way for Sunny to come. Or Sunny doesn't know. She'll seriously starve and die. I have to baby her. That's what being spayed does. And like, Cat's kicking her ass her whole life. Like, Princies came at the right time. And I kept her not spayed for that reason. So she could be Pharaoh and like, do that. She protects Sunny off the cats. Sunny's terrified of the cat. Oh my God. And Princies used to be the one that brings the mice and the rats. So she totally did that. She knows. And it didn't hit Sunny till like the next day. She thought that I was like hiding Princies. She didn't get it. I wish she would have helped me sniff her out like I was trying to get her to do for a whole day. But she didn't get it. And then it like hit her like after like a day and a half went by. And she's crying like a day and a half later. And I'm like, oh no, no. This is what I was trying to tell you. You could have sniffed her out, but you didn't. You thought I was hiding her. And it's so sad to see that. And like, I showed her on my Facebook and like, she sat in the corner. It's just horrible. And the system, what they're going to do is they're going to use that I'm not working. And I get like, I get like 473 and I get like 190 something in food every month. And like, because it's 5 days and because they did this and that and because it had the eye problem that would have been like thousands, and how am I going to do that? Like, it's not a life and death situation, like, you know, but in the city they do shit like that and they'll say, oh, it has to deal, it would have died. But you know that isn't true. The dog's eye's been like that, like for years. It's not a depressed dog. It has too much energy. It has to like stay downstairs because that thing goes crazy. It's 13 years old. That's the other thing. So they say that it's 9 years old to make it younger. They say that it's two different kinds of species of dog that are more expensive because Chihuahua is a common dog in San Francisco. And if they're not purebred Chihuahuas, nobody wants Chihuahuas because that's all they see coming in and out. But if it's like an expensive teacup, purebred, long hair, of course they want it. So like the Pomeranian mixes like that come in those shelters, like that's going to be a hot item. And they know that, so they're going to try to use it against you to make money off you. They're only going to sell it for $100. But they're going to use it. You love the dog. They're going to pin. It's like a health inspection. They're going to go on a health inspection of the dog. They're going to say this and this isn't perfect. So you, on top of the 5 days, it's going to be like $500-$600. They're going to come up with all this other stuff and clean it up. And they're going to add on another $1,000-something maybe. So then it's like, I'll give you all the money I make every month and I'll starve the rest of the month. I have no problem doing that. But like, they're going to go triple that. And then what? What's Spiekat going to do then? And that's the video. I should like end the video on that. I don't ask for no money on this shit. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen. But I know the system. And I know that like I live in a city where they want to control you and take all your rights away. And like tell you that you have to have a license and pay for a license as if you're driving a dog, but you're taking care of a dog, when most of them get put to sleep if they're too ugly or something. It's insane. If in the city of San Francisco you can't have more than 2 cats or 1 dog, or 2 dogs and 1 cat, or you'll get fined or they'll take it away. Give it to the shelter, and then if it's not adopted in so long, they'll put it to sleep rather than someone care about it. They go by the books, unless they're the ones not following the laws. And that's what they do, and then they'll use that to make money off you. That's what they do. Just like a car that gets impounded. It's a big scheme. That's why it pisses my parents off every time. Because we're struggling. This set everything back, man, when this shit happened. My parents ain't nothing but privilege, man. They gave me a year because they know this shit was wrong. They let me alone for a year. The year's over. They said, I got to have my shit together by January. I got to really do it by the end of this summer, and then this happens, you know? I'm in a program that's helping me in therapy, and I go through every week. Then they help you get a job. Like, I'm doing my shit. Like, but I'm not going to jump in a job like I tried to do that, and I'm breaking down crying. That'll be embarrassing, so I got to kind of work on me first. That's what I'm doing. You can't be with someone 15 years every holiday with them. Be left alone in a house. All the shit they didn't want left here. Animals they didn't want left here too. And make it on your own. And have a childhood with not really a childhood. Like, think about that. Like, I'm bringing something to the movie game no one's even heard of. I don't go in what happens in those places. But they don't give you education. And kids in those places, they're not there for reasons about them. They're reasons parents did fucked up shit to them. So then I go in there, not seeing much, but then I had to see a lot of shit. Just like jail, like the movies you see, they fuck with you, they mess with you, juvenile hall, American me shit. I seen all that shit at 10 years old to 18. I didn't have no easy life, man. I came back to San Francisco at 18 and a half. Because they only care for you till you're 18 and a half. Then I met her a year later. And now it's a year after she ditched me, after being together 15 years. That is Spikat's story in a nutshell. I don't ask for money, but I need Princies back with the family. Because this is my family. Cat, Princies, and Sonny. The cat was the last thing that we got. 2 years before she moved in. We've had that cat like 5 years. She picked that cat. So it would be our cat. And the Sonny came from her. And Princies came from her sister. It would have went to the pound. So I had to take it. We're family. I had to. And I was loyal and I took it. And ain't nobody going to have it. I'd never abandon them. Any animal. Unless they do some shit like this. And I'd give everything I could to get the dog back, but they don't work that way. They work by money. And I just don't know what's going to happen after the 4th of July. And I know how they work. And I know they'll say, oh, it needs a shower and its nails weren't cut. Well, it's funny because, like, the sister did that and she did that. And she's always done that for 15 years. So, yeah, leave a man alone. Yeah, he might not know how to change the fucking diaper. Like you've been doing the last 15 years. Like, seriously. Like, seriously. Like, people don't get that. But you better believe the animal shelter is going to use that shit. And I told you guys, I seriously wasn't even going to do a Spiekat shit. Like, I got so emotional after doing that video, you guys have no idea. Like, it's not like, do Spiekat again. Like, I met her through movies. I was a movie guy, and we always had movies together. That helped us stay together. And then it became Spiekat. When we were moving up and growing up together. And then this happened. You really think that, like, Spiekat is, like, easy for me to fucking do? Like, I'm being serious. I haven't watched a whole movie beginning to end since this happened. Like, this shit traumatized the fuck out of me. Like, it fucked me up. Like, don't think you gotta be fucking raped or fucking go through the war to fucking get PTSD and shit. It ain't like that, man. You have some shit happen like this where it's just like, oh, you have a family, now you don't, all of a sudden, and just, nope. Okay. And then you have no childhood. Like, that's gonna fuck you up. I hid in covers for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, this shit isn't easy for me, man. And I'm alone. Like, seriously, like, this ain't easy. People have no idea what I'm going through. And I just deal with it for them. For what other people were supposed to be a team to help with, and they dip the fuck on. And I'm still here. And if taking care of these animals kills me, makes me lose a bunch of hair, which it has, but I'm going to have their back, I'm going to have their back. I don't think like these people like that. Abandoned people. Because I've been abandoned. I've been in worse places than what they're trying to tell you those kids are. That the pictures of the 2014 that they're showing you and making you think that that's what is happening now to trick you. Yeah. No. The places I was at 10 years old, if you like cuss, they throw you in a padded room and they press a magnet and you kick it and you piss and you sit in everyone else's piss at 10 years old until you can settle down for 15 minutes like a slave at 10 years old. That's where the fuck I was at in my childhood. So don't tell me about privilege. Don't tell me about that shit. People don't know shit. And there was a lot of white people there, by the way. Just saying. I didn't see any Latin people there, by the way. It's fucked up. Level 14 institutions. Not group homes. Not foster homes. Mainly those places where they can hold you down, strap you down as a kid. Spiekat didn't have no easy life. And I'm keeping it real, man. This is just the way it happened to be on the 4th of July. And the last 4th of July was the video where I took the dog to the neighbor's house. And I'm like, she's acting weird, but she like tells me she loves me. And I mean, I love her, but like, I don't get what's going on. Like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, she couldn't lie to me. That would be hella cold because then she'd be using me for convenience and she could never do that. Who could do that? I literally told her, if you're going to do that, please go home. Because of my past, that would traumatize me. Please tell me the truth. Because you're acting weird the last 2 months as if you're sabotaging something ever since you got approved for that money. That's what happened to Spiekat. A role was played, but she told me something else. But she slowly played the victim. Oh, I'm so unhappy. Right. But not 2.5 years you lived here. And then when they moved in here, they used the same excuse as convenience. No, of course we'll get along. We spend more time than when we don't live together, because it was true. She didn't want to be home, so she was always here. So it's like, yeah, of course. We already know how each other are. Like, what do you mean? But then conveniently, when they're able to do it and have the money to do it, they don't have to look back. They can start over. They have the money to. That's when you get tested in your life and you can be honest, or you can conveniently say you were miserable the whole time. But I mean, come on. Every holiday, like, give me a break. That's what money does. That's what cheating does. That's what dishonesty does. Why you think Spiekat was trying to do the right thing, man? I was just trying to bless the relationship, man. So all that shit and dishonesty shit wouldn't break it. Like, straight up. Remember I had people, oh no, because I started the YouTube channel. I moved people that, when I was a dishwasher for this one place, I helped people from Venezuela come here and like live here, and then they got their stuff together and it helped them out. And they did everything the legal way, by the way. This was when the war was going on in Venezuela. They lived here. When she wanted to move here, it wasn't a question. No, I don't need $1,000, $1,200. Of course. They were gone. The friendship was ruined. I had her back. Treated it just like a marriage. So like, yeah, I mean, you give up $1,200. You do the math of 2.5 years on that. You save money and then live in here. You know, if you live at your parents' house, you get half the money on the loans. And if you act like you live on your own, they give you the full loan. And grants never was mentioned to me because I never been to college. And that's where I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it on this shit. I just want my dog back, man. Because the dog knows me. I don't give a shit. The dog needs to be with me. And they're going to use it like they do with cars. And they're closed on Sunday and they're closed on 4th of July. And disappeared on Friday. So like, I mean, all the bad luck that could have happened where I had to like get it at the point, it's just like your car's in there for a week, you make minimum wage. If it's there more than 2 days, you're screwed. Unless somebody can loan you where you make every month. If they can loan you 2 months, you might be able to get it back. Or if they like have some program and have some empathy. But I don't think the system works like that. Even though they say that the city is a sanctuary city, you think they're going to do that for me? You think they're going to understand my shit that I just said on the Spiekat show? Hell no. And these cats are acting like, the cat's acting like this. Sunny's, I have to go get Sunny because she's waiting for Princies. She doesn't know what's going on. Princies is the boss of those dogs. She's the pharaoh one. She's the dominant one. Like, I'm just trying to put the family together. Not even for me. Not even for me. This is, the dog is going to be depressed the rest of its life. Like, they're the same age. Sunny's like a year or two older, but no, they like need each other. She's acting nuts. Princies used to bring home mice. If you know my Facebook, I did the videos on that. It scares the shit out of me. It just comes out of nowhere, and it's like, what are you trying to tell me? They're trying to tell you something. When everything's thrown off in a house and animals start acting weird, that's why animals start acting weird if an earthquake's going to come. They know. They're trying to let you know something, but they don't speak English. Like, straight up. Like, she hasn't done this with a rat for months and months and months. It rarely happens with the mice. They don't need to do it. They get fed. But they're trying to let you know that there's something off about the house. And of course, we're 4 people. We're a family of 4. This is my family. It's me alone. I have to consider them family. It's a dog and the 2 cats, or the 2 dogs and the cat. And like, straight up. Like, they're going nuts. 4th of Julys are horrible. I don't like this shit. The only people that celebrate it don't really even know what it's about. And then, like, for some reason, being with a Mexican family my whole life, like, that neighborhood's going nuts about a week before the holiday even begins. But then they don't like what it stands. I don't get it. I really don't. It's kind of weird. I hate every holiday now. I was in group homes. You don't really get holidays. I don't really have that childhood like that. Holidays became holidays when I got with her. And every holiday from the first, I got with her in March. I was there Thanksgiving and Christmas as family. 15 years ago went by, and then this. So that's Spykat's life. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I'll do a video. But, like, I don't even want to... I mean, my dad doesn't even want to go there because he knows how I'm going to get. It comes down to, like, they tell you how to care about an animal. Like, just because it's the city. So it's expensive, so they'll use all this crap. And then, like, if you lived in the country, you know that most of that stuff is bullshit. What are you talking about? It needs 10 shots a year. What do you mean? If it steps on the foot of the street in San Francisco, we live on a big backyard, a big mountain, solid rock. The dogs have been sprayed by skunks a few times. The cats have brought home numerous mice. They never get sick, like they say. And I'm not saying that. I'm not against them helping people, like, but that's what they're telling me is bullshit. Saying that's what they kind of do, and it sucks. I lived in Reading in the country, had foster parents with like big dogs, and it's not the way that the city makes it. It's just really controlling and really controlling. It's like they want to control you. That's why I don't like going to these places, because they use the fact that you lost an animal. They prey upon your loss. So they make money. They try to make as much money as they can off you. Or even though it's like $100 to adopt it, they'll put on all these crazy fees, and they won't give it to you unless you have those fees. But a month later, they'll adopt it to anybody else. That is how the system works. So where's the compassion and empathy for my situation? Splitting up my family. You think those motherfuckers care? Nope. No way. But yeah, they're going to be saying fuck Trump and how everyone else cares about splitting up families. But Sunny was like $8,000 for her surgeries, and I went into debt for life. No, I paid it all off and went into debt with the other shit because that was my main priority, paying off those surgeries. So I gave the same place that kind of has, they all kind of work together. I've given them like $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 to keep the animal the whole life till death, then abandon it because I know abandonment. And if they try and do this, these two dogs are at like the last, they live 3/4 of their life. So they only have like a fourth left of their life. Like, you gonna split them up like that? Like, off of some money? And I hope they don't do that, because I'm really low income. I'm what the people say that they fight for, the people that they care about. That's me. I'm not privileged at all. I don't know what they're talking about. In fact, if I had kids and I was illegal, I would get a couple more different programs and more benefits than I do now. And that's real. Sadly, that's real. I don't know why, but it is. And I didn't choose to have kids and not be able to provide for them. I actually chose not to do that. I wanted to, and she said she wanted to wait for a career in school, so I respected that. Most men won't do that. Yeah, so shit. That's going to be the end of this video. That's my life right now. This is my life. No, I got me. I got me and them, the animals. We all know, if I never known her, I wouldn't have a nan one of these animals. And I'm talking ghetto as fuck right now, because it's coming out. Just like when I lived in the group home, because you know what? I am low income. And you can, you know, you kind of need like a partner and stuff like that. And like, yes, stay with the same one 15 years, have no childhood, and then get left at mid-life, then start going bald. Yeah, you're really gonna like, yeah, maybe if you're a millionaire, you might be able to get through that. But no, I'm like lower income, like straight up. Like minimum wage job worker for a motherfucker. Like, that's straight up. She said she didn't care about that shit. But then when it came down to it, actions and stuff. When it came down to my shit, I kicked people out, moved her in, and couldn't even charge a dime. Because I couldn't. It's what the Christian thing was about. I wasn't trying to do that shit. I was trying to live it. Straight up. I just went to fucked up schools. So like my education level got fucked up in the system type places. That's what happens. You go in the system, not public school, they make you watch movies and write what the movie's about. You don't learn. You come out with a diploma, but you have a 6th grade education level. That's how the system works. And guess what? Most people that are white are in the system. All right? I lived the rock bottom. Came up, came down, got left. Now I'm kind of back there. So yeah, when I say like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's privileged, he lives in a house and all. No way. So I'm glad that this happened when it happened, because like, we all know what, this isn't, I didn't plan for any of this stuff, guys. Like, go look back at the video with her dog when she was in the Grand Canyon. And I couldn't understand why she was like, you sure you don't want my dad to care for it this weekend? She knew she was leaving a week later. I didn't know that. So like, it was weird. I was like, why is she asking me that? Like, what do you mean? You've gone on like 8 vacations. I always take care of your dog. Yeah, that's why. And for some reason, like, the stuff that I said in that video, it's like, I don't know, I can't explain, but a week later that shit happened. And the stuff that I say in the video, that she watched with me like every other Spiekat video before it even is on YouTube. She watched every video to say that, oh, we don't like the same stuff. Oh, why'd you watch every video with me? Like, what do you mean? Because they might have pretended conveniently to be interested in what I was interested in, because then they don't have to live back home. Then when they got what they had to get by using this address and be able to save money, because I kicked them out. So, I mean, realistically, I was paying $1,200 for them to be here. Just not like that. But, I mean, yeah, do the math on that. It's, I mean, come on. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's the people have no idea. I wasn't some guy that like, oh man, like, I moved in, he's cheating on me and stuff. No, remember? I was working 50-hour weeks and preaching and doing the Cat Craze channel and doing Spiekat. 50, 40-hour weeks still doing those things. So, I mean, like, and I always came home for dinner. There was a few times I didn't, and they were mainly because of work. I wasn't that type. This shouldn't have happened like this. And it could only happen from selfishness. I wouldn't have done no shit like this. That's just the shit. It's a good thing I know how it is to be rock bottom. Because, like, shit. I just have to kind of remember that I kind of had nobody most of my life anyway. So I wish I didn't have all that. It was nice. I never saw the family life like that. That was something I never seen before. Those 15 years. I thought she fucking knew that. I mean, shit, the December with the birds was the second to last year that they would be in the house. That was the most special time of my life. It was simple. It was family. It was animals. And 7 months later, they left me. And what's messed up is that they probably knew in that December that they were going to leave me. Which is messed up. And I know because in the video, it's like, so our cat, his cat and my dog, hold up, you used to refer to it as our animals, remember? Oh, but now the time's coming up and you got into the college. Yeah. Spiekat isn't stupid, guys. You don't got to go to college to be smart at all. It just makes you privileged and think about money, the stuff that they actually march and say the Republicans do and Trump's like this way, but like really they're kind of like that way. Because my relationship should have worked out, but it didn't, and look what got in the way. $40,000 loan that half of the reason that you got was living here. Okay. That's the story of Spiekat's life. And I'm going to end it like this. I learned something from this shit, man. I suffer from insomnia, all the shit, anxiety, abandonment issues, so this really fucked me up. And I got left alone, literally. I left all my friends to come home and dinner on time, man. Seriously. Like, it messed me up. And like, in my anger, it's truthful. I don't know any people that do that and just walk away, and they, just because it's hard to have the conversation or argument, look you in the eyes because they or dishonest. It's hard to look someone in the eyes. You know it is. They don't want to do that because I know them. So they could start over and never have to look back. Just conveniently do it that way. But I ain't never seen anybody do that in my whole life. And like for family to do that, you can imagine what that shit did to me, man. And the thing is, from the way that people talk on their end of it, like that's just the way it works out. People move on. Like, no. Just because people do it, like, no, that would mean like you kind of aren't I hate to say not a good person, but like, I don't know anyone that could do that. Like straight up, I'm taking care of the animals that you got. Like it's, what? Like, it's insane. And like I was saying, I've heard the word obligation, relationship. I'm not obligated to talk to you on the phone. When you cry, I don't get anything out of this conversation. And the friendship kind of gets sabotaged because they had practice doing that with their relationship. So, like I said, the smartest thing I ever heard was when you tell a lie to someone that you love and stuff, you have to cover that lie, that one lie up with about 10 more lies. And then it's impossible to talk to them unless you can be honest and like admit your humility and be able to have humility in front of that person and like say what you did. Not just like, oh, like, well, I was in a toxic relationship. Yeah, all toxic. Like, really? Like, wow. Come on. Not that toxic. Shit. You saw the pictures. Either someone did a great acting job or like, you just were unhappy and smiling every fucking picture. I don't know. Wow. Crazy. I don't. I say how I feel. That's why Spiekat does this shit. I say exactly how I feel. That's this episode a year later. I think I did about 2. I think after the dog episode, I might have did like 2 or 3 random pickups. And then like the following weekend, she left. No closure, no nothing. See, they say eating those mice, you got to get a rabies shot. You guys just witnessed this cat. Sweeties, did you get those 10 shots that cost $100 each every year? I don't think so. And you've eaten 1 million of those motherfuckers. And look, fine. Exactly. So that's going to be this episode, guys. I got emotional last time, man. Like, just talking about movies. I mean, I don't have anyone either. Like, even friend-wise, like, there isn't anybody. Like, I just don't know. How do you trust people, I'm at the bottom of the bottom, man. The people that would associate with me are only the people on the street. Which, like, I would get along with them more than regular people. But now I'm not in the class of regular people. So now the regular people wouldn't associate with me even if they knew me. My whole life kind of messed up. That's how the world works. So pray for Spiekat. Don't even pray for me. Pray. I want Sunny not to be depressed. I want the aura of the house to be the way that it was. That's all I want. If they try and get me for $1,500, I know my dad ain't going to do it. I don't know what's going to happen. They're going to be like, well, you couldn't take care of the dog. It came in here and it was dirty and it had an eye that wasn't... Why didn't you take it in for the eye problem? Because I's been like that motherfucker for like half its life. Oh, yeah, but we fixed it, but like... That's going to be like $3,000. We had to fix what you couldn't fix. Believe me, they will work that shit to the bone. Mealies... The second tortoiseshell that I had, me and her put her to sleep before she moved in and we got this cat. And I never put an animal to sleep. And me and her sat there and we cried for hours. Yeah. That's going to be the end of this, guys. Just pray for Spiekat, man. It ain't about me, man. I don't need shit, man. I don't be speaking against the separating families or nothing like that. I see both sides. I see how the world works. I know what's going on in South Africa and Sweden. I know what happens when you're too nice. People will take advantage. Once they outnumber you, they won't care. And you don't want that to happen, because once that happens, you're outnumbered. You're not going to have a choice, and the cops aren't going to be on your side. They'll give up. Like they give up in Sweden because the number's too big. You think they're going to protect like a woman who's like gets raped like by migrants when it's like a few cops and they stampede him and kill the cop? No, the cops are going to give up. There's going to be no go zones. And then it won't be Sweden anymore. LA's not like LA. San Francisco's a Democrat. So's LA. It's the dirtiest shitholes ever. Look at Tent City. Tell me the Democrats are doing a great job when they run the big cities and it's all sanctuary. No, they become dirty as shit. And they look like third world places. I thought that's why we lived here and not there. You know, a lot of people did die. It wasn't Martin Luther King that stopped slavery. White guys were getting shot trying to end it. Way before it got to that. Abe Lincoln. Like, I mean, people just don't go back in history. They listen to the history. They don't want to check the real history. It's easier. You would have to do more research. And that's what I do. I'm not getting a degree. I just do it because I want to know what the truth is. So that's what I do. I just do that. It's not the way that they say it is. And like, it's not. And like, and I'll leave it on this because people don't know this. Like, in me doing research, I found this out and this kind of blew my mind. So like, only 1% of people in America actually own slaves at the peak of slavery. But you're meant to think something else. Because then you can like hate whatever. That's the episode, guys. I gotta wait all tomorrow just for them to tell me that, you know, I have all these fees I probably can't afford, and I don't know. I have to get my dog back. I'll give up every movie if I have to, but it's messed up, man. When you're low income and something like this blindsides you, oh, they're not going to have any empathy. They're not going to have any compassion. They're going to have the opposite of what they march about. Believe me. So that's going to be the episode, guys. I don't know what time it is. It is, oh, well, I had the other phone going on, the Obama phone. I can only use the Wi-Fi on this phone. That's how bad I have it right now. That's real talk. So I guess they only give you so much in a month, and I just got that 2 days ago, the Obama phone. Looks like I used all the time in an hour. Oh, that's great. Kind of a trap, because then they make you buy whatever. All right, sweeties, any last words? You showed that you want Princies back. And that's all I wanted to show on this. And let's go see Sunny, and then I'll end it. Because this is how she's going to act. I just want my family back, man. I can't eat. I'm not going to be able to eat if my babies are messed up. Because that's all I got. And you know what? If they could leave them and start a new life. See, but they're upstairs. They're upstairs. She doesn't like being upstairs without Princies. I'm going to get Princies back. I'm going to get Princies back. I don't give a fuck if I got to get everything on. I got to get the dog back. You miss Princies? Still looking for a Princies. It's not that simple, man. They're going to do something. Fuck. They're going to try to get money. Oh, yeah. Show everyone how you guys get along. Yeah, so you need Princies to go first, or you can't even walk past that cat. That's right. You're just, oh, shut up. You can't own the whole house, sweetie. Shit. Jeez. Come on, Sonny. You've been doing this shit. Come on. Damn. You're just going to be alone until Princies comes. Like, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Come on. You got to come upstairs. Come on. Shut your ass up. Yeah, Princies was here. She'd whoop your ass, and then they'd come upstairs. You're only acting like that. I thought you guys were trying to get along, man. Princies ain't guaranteed to come back, guys. We're going to be screwed, guys. But you can't stay here in the dark. And Princies might not be here to protect you from her intimidating you all the fucking time. You're going to have to stand up to her like Princies did. You don't have Princies. You're bigger than Princies. Just go. Like, what? Why do you let her intimidate you like that? You got to be a bitch and have the whole house, right? Yeah. You can't do that. What the hell? Just because you can make it. I know. This doesn't even happen. When the fuck does this ever happen? We need the other family member here. Or you're going to be in the dark. Or you're going to be on that couch. It's kind of hard for me to even go in that room. I think we all know why. That's a year fucking later. Come on, Sonny. God damn. Oh, by the way, if there's, doesn't love the animals, no. Me and 2 dogs and a cat. They live like kings. They can even walk and there isn't even a hallway they can't do that. Oh, you're making sure why do you do intimidate her? You can't own the whole house like that. This is why Princies needs to be here. Or you guys are never going to get along. I don't know what it is. Princies fights you, but she does scream, but this dog never will. She won't even walk past you. You can't make her fear that in the same house you all both live in, man. God damn. Stop intimidating her. Remember? They slept side by side their whole life together, man. You're gonna make her sit in the fucking dark and intimidate her? What a bitch, sweeties. You're a bitch for that. In fact, I'm locking your ass in here. Learn your ass a lesson. Come on, Sammy. See, parenting. This is what you have to do. I'm still teaching them not to go at it. Oh my God. What a life of me. Come on, Sonny, come on. Come on. And sleeping without blankets. I won't even sleep to give them a bed because it's laundry time. As long as they have a place. I don't even care about that. That's what I'm saying, man. People don't know. See, you're good. See, she needs me to go up first. Or she won't come up here. She'll sit in the dark. That's what Princies did. This is a family. And they're going to play this shit. See, I'm glad you guys are seeing this shit. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is... Sonny's not even doing anything. So you want to intimidate her downstairs and upstairs? Why would you intimidate her in both places? She can't even have one place to lay down without her best friend? When has the dog ever chased you? Like, you guys got to get along. Because I hope they don't. If I get Princies, I swear I'm just messing with animals. Like, I don't even trust people, man. That's why DMX is my favorite rapper, man. He said it exactly, man. I don't even trust people, man. Trust dogs more than humans, man. Because they give you unconditional love. They don't fuck you over. Unless somebody's using them to get money out of you. Like the way the world is so fucked now. This is pretty much the life right now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she has had Princies her whole life. Like, she is going to be off. I'm going to have to do this the rest of my life with these two. They're going to whip each other's ass all the time. Like, I'll look at the computer and then there'll be a brawl and then I'm like... And it's kind of unfair because will scratch the shit out of her nose and then she'll go like that and then... Yeah. That's going to be the show. The fireworks are going to go off and like... Yeah. Fireworks scare the animals. They actually scare animals more, and animals actually run away on 4th of July more than fucking any other holiday. Thanks, fireworks. And it's just us. And guess what? If anyone wants to know how the last, like, year has been, like, it's pretty much like been this. So, yeah. That's gonna be the show. This is what it's like. I'm gonna feed the girls. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't even like saying the girls, because I always said the girls. I don't even call them by name. I say, come on, girls, and then they both come. And she won't come unless Princey comes in front of her. That's how it's been for 13 years. But the way the system is messed up is just like a car you're getting out of tow. The health inspecting come up with stupid reasons, and man, I just want to get my dog back. I want to get my dog back. It's kind of cool because you know what? I'll choose that dog over that bitch. I was wondering when that would happen for Spiekat, and you know what? I want Princies. If she came in, I'd slam the door in her face. Say, go get Princies, man. I can have a conversation with you. She might want to give me that engagement ring back because you said you would. But fuck. It's taking you a year and you still haven't given it back. That's just because you can, though. Yeah. Person people are. Kind of fucked up. And if they were left alone and they were in the same boat, they only had you, they'd use you. But you wouldn't. I never used her. But hey, who picked that cat? Oh, that was her. And who picked you again? That was her too. That's right. So I was Jimmy. Maltese buried in my backyard. I didn't take care of that. That was her dog. But it's here. Obviously, we're a family. Remember Jimmy? Little fat Jimmy. That was a good dog. I'm glad I had that in the last couple of years of his life. That was a good dog. And then Zeus, my first dog. That dog would piss everywhere. And then you bitches. But we need Princies. Because then you aren't that much of a bitch. And then you aren't going to be depressed. And I have to do everything and feed you from a bottle. And they don't understand that. But they understand that money. They have no idea what the household's going to be like. They'll be like, well, like the way it smelled. Like you're supposed to give it a bath every week, not every month. Like, $1,000. Like, fuck, these motherfuckers. They see money. That's what these motherfuckers see. This is the day in the life of Spiekat. After a year since the loss. I didn't plan this episode at fucking all. This is reality as it gets. And only Spykat's gonna give you that shit. And some people probably are like, this motherfucker's nuts. But no. Because these motherfuckers are always taken care of. Unless I have somebody over and then they smoke a cigarette. Then I say, just don't have the door open. The dog's really quick. And they don't pay attention. Then you're like, no, I didn't let the dog out. And then you go to sleep. Then you wake up and like, the dog's gone. Yeah. Pretty much what happened. Or they were in the garage and like the hole in the fence, but how wouldn't they return them to me? Like what? And now she's going to start going nuts. I got to feed her. Oh, God. I just chose to do the sheets, and that's when you bring a mouse. I'm going to have to flip the mattress down again. And that blanket's done, just like the sheet last time. That was my damn grandfather's sheet. That was like 2 months ago or whatever. Are you teasing her like you can get a rat? Because Princies isn't here to get a mouse? For them to play with? Oh, that's what you're doing. Or you guys got all fucking animalistic and shit. We need Princies. We need Princies, guys. You miss Princies? You want Princies, Sonny? I do. That fucking Chinese man or Asian man, he looked right in my eyes and he said, if a white dog comes through and you look at that site where we put the picture up every day, you'll have to see it. And if it comes in, you're the first person I'll call. Guess what, Sonny? He lied. At work, too. See what lying does? You shouldn't lie. You guys don't lie. Sweeties, this is actually good for them, that this is something, improvement. But we need Princies. We need Princies back, guys. You guys know. What are you doing? Don't start acting like Princies again. And biting your butt and don't start acting like Princies. I know. We all know, Sonny. I don't know what I gotta do. They're gonna want money. I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, I live in the house. I don't see why they wouldn't. But they'll be like, oh, you let it get out. It didn't have a collar. They'll totally work this to milk me for money, and they'll have no sympathy, and they'll give it to someone else and say, well, someone else can do a better job, even though it's been with me 13 years. And I saved it from being in the cold in Oakland because the sister had too many kids when she got a dog, and then she realized, I think I could do this. So it was out in the backyard. Yeah, that's why I saved it. That was a Christmas, one of the 14 Christmases. Gotta try to get Princies. Because then what? Then you're gonna be like this, then I gotta get a puppy, or that's gonna drive her nuts. She'll be screwed. She'll be like the fucking white woman that went to college that's just like, she's taking all meds and shit, and she dies and croaks at like 50 years old, half her lifespan. That's going to be your ass if a puppy comes in this motherfucker. And then you're just going to be depressed. So they're not able to get it some old dog that nobody else wanted to match up your lifetime. Then you guys will just sit like people at an old home where all their family just leaves them. It's kind of what happened to you guys. But I wouldn't do that. She made sure to do that shit. I wouldn't do it though. But we gotta go. I don't know why God does this shit. I was depressed already. They moved. They didn't tell me. The other family That killed me. Then the dog disappears. Then my family here that I've had for a year, after the loss of the other 80% of the family, I lost no closure with anybody. Like, this was just getting used to this, and then this happens, and then, like, shit. And yeah, and by the way, for all you motherfuckers that say, oh man, if you get a rat, oh no, Sweeties doesn't have a collar. You think it's, like, would you want a thing around your neck, like, all the time? Like, I wouldn't. It's a pain in the ass. It's like, I thought that's why we don't like slaves, like you, or branding cows. Like, it, you don't need to do it, so you don't do it. Like, why? So you can feel like you're, I don't know. I don't think that one. But that's going to be it, guys. I hope you guys are listening, and like, I don't even know how to tell if anybody's watching this. I guess 3 people are maybe watching it. Yeah, but this isn't like harsh times. This is like, don't use my situation, which is like, I'm like, it's like getting out of a 15-year divorce, and then you're left alone, and then you lose a dog, and because you're not working, because you're still trying to get through the year of that, so you don't jump all in it, and then it really fucks you up. Like, then this happens, but then they're going to use it. They're going to see my address, so they're going to like kind of milk it, try to get like as much as they can from keeping Princies. So I kind of have to like hope that they're just going to be like, well, you have a house, so we're going to do it at just like a couple $100. But to do that, it has to just be lost. No, you had this violation and this and this and this, and then so we think it's better to be kept with us unless you come up with 1,200, or we'll just adopt it in a month for 100. Like, that's how they think. That's how they think. The same people that are like, don't split up families. Yeah, this is really how they think. And if they don't, Spiekat will make a public apology. And I will kiss their ass. I will literally say, you know what, you guys really are cool. Because I've seen them do that to people on the street trying to get their dog back. And they've been with those people on the street like 20 years and they don't give their dog back because they can't come up with the fees. And that dog is going to be in a cage rather than somebody homeless because they look down at people who lost everything. But then they'll go march about breaking up families. Yeah, I don't buy it because they lie, because they don't care about that. It's people like me that really care about that. They don't. They just want to use those people for votes. And when they do it and they go all out for Black Lives Matter and that didn't work, then all of a sudden you don't hear about Black Lives Matter anymore. Funny, I don't hear about that anymore. I wonder why. Because now their focus is on this shit. And then when that doesn't work, they'll make up some other shit. They're dishonest. I try and be on the side of honesty. I don't take sides. I'm not a Republican. I'm a liberal conservative. And I don't even like to say any names like that, but I would probably be a liberal conservative. I'm not a Republican. I never voted for Trump. I never voted in my life. I don't care. It's too much time. The fuck do I care? I ain't gonna affect that shit. My ass shit. Come on. Care about that shit. I just saw both the arguments and like a lot of lies. Literally, like Hillary Clinton, like didn't she bring like a can of soda just to be like, oh no, hot sauce in her purse. Look guys, I'm like you, I have hot sauce in my purse. And they still go for her. Yeah. And she 2 years ago said the exact same thing as Trump, by the way. They forget about that. That's why I'm just going with what they said. Nobody ever said Trump was racist. All the rappers used to have songs named Donald Trump. But suddenly, oh, he's racist. Yeah. Conveniently. See you guys later. That's the fucking Spiekat show. I hope I get my dog back. Not for me, for her. For her. For her. Fuck me. I'll give him a fucking leg to not have her depressed. That's the kind of heart that I have. Maybe not that bitch, but her. That's a lover's girl. This is definitely a lover's girl, but she needs all the attention. It's really complicated. That came from her babying her. Yeah, it might not be cool to spoil a kid and then bail on him. Kind of might fuck him up. I can't afford therapy for her yet, so you know. That's the Spiekat show. This dog is what I care about, man. This dog will sit there and it won't eat unless I sit with it and make it eat. We need Princies in this house. And I would chop off my fucking arm to prove that. But hey, you know what? That's not money. That's how these fucking assholes think. See you guys next time. I hope I show you guys Princies. If I get Princies, I will fucking do random pickups. I swear to God that Spiekat will be back because the gods of the way that everything turned out. It was a year, the last episode, when I had the last time with that dog that I saw since a puppy that got taken away from me. I stayed home and I watched him like I was the goddamn fucking wife that don't got no life while she went and traveled the world. I mean, when you make minimum wage, they don't give you the benefits like that. You can't. Or you'll lose the job. So I couldn't. But hey, she brought me back a magnet, and I have like 7 magnets of a memory of how I watched the dog. Great. I didn't even get to say bye to the dog, and I heard from her dad that she just had such a hard time holding the cat and debating on whether she should take that too. And I should be grateful for this thing. Thank you for telling me that. And she made sure to confirm that. That's how people think about themselves, man. And remember, people don't do it unless that dishonest cheating guy is there or cheating girl is there, and you kind of have that one opportunity to be like, I could be honest, or like, I have the opportunity, this guy like will take care of me, I can bail on this guy, not give a fuck. And they choose that. But remember, if they didn't have this and this and this, they'd be right here. And I know, because they seriously played it out to the T like that. And that's the episode, guys. I'm done. I'm going to bed. I'll close it with, I would do anything for her and her family because I'm family. I don't need an obligation. I don't need to get anything out of her. If they need me, I would be there. 20 years from now, I would be there for her mother, for the sister, for the brother that you guys remember seeing on Christmas when I was there. I don't need shit because I love them and I always will. And I'm mad about what they did, but they could stab me, and a year later, if somebody's dying and it came down to me selling all I had, I would sell all I have. I would walk away. I wouldn't care. But people think just how they told me. I don't get anything out of you anymore, so I really don't need you anymore. It's not convenient for me anymore. I didn't think that people thought like that at all. And to me, that would kind of be the determining fact that, like, okay, if they think that way, you're probably not a good person. You need to kind of fix that. I can't think like that. I'll lose it all for somebody. And I have. My heart and my trust and all that. I wouldn't bail on her like that. Hell no. Not after all that shit. Or whatever. I just want my dog back, guys. I just want my dog back. That's all. And the family here has only known this. So they need Princies. She's going to be like this. I am not the dog whisperer. I don't got the money to do all the shit that they do. And the right lies to do what they fucking do to be that motherfucker. And I don't like that Latin motherfucker anyway. I could see through his shit. I like the grizzly guy. Because he did it and he died on that shit. And that's my favorite person with animals. Nobody beats him. I can't watch a second of that other dog whisperer, dude. Man, shut the fuck up, man. You can't whisper to dogs, man. Shit. If you guys have that secret, shit. Join an animal cruelty thing. The people that beat the shit out of dogs come from like 2 places. China and I won't say the other place, but yeah. Don't worry, Senator. We'll get her back somehow, man. God better know that. I don't know. We'll get through it though. And like they're gonna give a fuck. That's the show. I'm pressing X. Shouldn't it stop at X? Are you sure you want to stop the streaming? Yeah, but not if it's not going to save it. I hope it saves it. It's a long video. I hope it's not like one of those videos that no one's going to see it because I said so much and proved so much about what is going on in this house. I can't control these motherfuckers. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yeah.